I think we are up. Apparently we are up. Holy crap, it's been a while. As you're drinking your protein shake. All right, we are here. It's been a hot minute since our asses have been back on. Oh, did I wait 30? 19 seconds. Oh,
I'll be honest. I forgot it was over there.
Oh.
And I don't want everybody to have to hear this for the duration of this,
right.
Whatever the fuck this is about to be.
All right.
See, I waited 30 seconds, unlike you steaming pile of donkey shit.
Yes, I know. Guilty as charged. All right, we were back here at Ghost in the Night. We've been on a long hiatus because life has kicked all of us in the nuts. So, but we thought tonight would be our first night back. We're going to try to be more regular, like my bowel movements.
Take your digestive enzymes, kids.
Well, when you're 50, soon to be 51, you got regularity is important to you.
Tyler's here. Now
Now the party can start.
Here after we do. I'm assuming we're going to do the intro like for old times'
Yeah,
sake.
we're going to do the intro here.
We got something to talk about with that young gentleman.
Welcome to the club. It's a good club.
No, I have not confirmed or denied the subject of that message yet. Fuck off, whatever that was. I don't even know what it was. Fuck it. Hopefully the squirrels don't go off too much.
Hopefully one does not end up in my lap.
Dude, they literally run fucking track meets on top of my room.
Well, hey, free entertainment.
Like, you remember when the mountain crushed Joel's head from fucking Last of Us?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to a squirrel. I feel like it's gonna be much easier.
I would think so. That might happen in this house.
Oh shit!
That might happen in this house anyway.
No.
That could happen. All right, let's play the intro and get this party started.
Fucking do it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode, a long-awaited episode of Ghost in the Night. What? Oh, actually, it's that's right. It's been so long we forgot we're
the GITN Podcast.
We rebranded this podcast.
We're just two fucking guys on the internet for no reason that really don't have much reason, like I said, to be on the internet.
Jesus Christ, I'm weak. I can't even open my beer.
It's because you stopped going to the gym. I had zero problem.
Hey, I had a stroke, remember?
Fuck.
You suck balls.
It was like the WNBA championship game.
Well, if it was up against the wall, I would have banged it.
If the lid was open, yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, it's been a while. What? It's been about 2.5, 3 months almost since we've been live?
Yeah. It's been a trimester almost.
So probably they thought
we could not legally abort this podcast in California. In California, or I don't know, California.
Man, what's it? Coors Light.
Ugh. It tastes kind of old too. At least it's cold. It's cold. Coors, the banquet beer. It's cold as the Rocky Mountain waters that it has been.
We will get to you in a minute, Tyler. But we deeply apologize for our absence.
What the fuck? We're more popular after a 2-month absence fucking already than we were before.
No shit.
Share and subscribe if you're not, because if you don't, we're gonna disappear for 2 more months. And next time, one of us might not come back. Speaking of, while we're on the subject, I'm kind of fucking mad that we didn't think a little further ahead on this, because I was thinking that I was like, how funny would it be? Because the group chat, a couple people hit us up on Instagram. They're like, hey, what the fuck? And I was like, just a lot of stuff going on, man. Like, there's, like, hate to sound like a dick, but like, real life became important and stuff needed to be done. And I was like, dude, how shitty but hilarious would it be if we would have got like fake oxygen tubes and like a fucking like printout of like some type of medical thing or some shit and like put it on some cardboard boxes, and one of it, like, we came back and we're like, welcome to the GITN podcast, and one of us is just
that would be me. But in a
I think it'd be funnier if it was me.
Well, Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. I don't fucking even know. I mean, I almost forgot how to operate the system here.
You forgot to set up the live stream, period.
I just said, it said start streaming. I hit start streaming. Apparently,
If you want to know what happens when you forget to set up a live stream, go ahead and check out the title and the description of this video, and that's it. I don't even remember what I wrote. I just know I put, we're back, the live stream. Yeah, you're not getting all the chat. Maybe just expand it down. There we go. Look at that shit. Yeah.
Huh. Whoa, interesting. All right.
Oh, yes. While we're here, he's already in the chat.
Whom are we speaking?
What kind of... We're talking to Tyler. Hopefully he doesn't mind us saying his name. If necessary, we will bleep it out, but we won't. What kind of Britney Spears, Kevin Federline, fucking thrown together, pieced together... I don't even know, like, what else, what other celebrity comparisons can we make to somebody who got married, I think before he was old enough to drink, and which was, what, like, maybe 2 years ago, and is already divorced. I'm not trying to poke fun, but I'm going to. Hopefully it was, I will say, hopefully it was, what's the word, amiable or amicable?
Amicable.
That.
I can't talk. I don't give a fuck. I'm just here for my good looks.
That's
I'm
like,
the looks of this program. I'm not the brains.
I'm trying to think who was it that got married and divorced in like 24 hours?
Excuse me. I don't know. I wish me.
It was somebody with too much money.
Well, we know it wasn't me.
Probably somebody that had a lot of money that didn't deserve it. I'm thinking one of the Kardashians. Still don't understand why they're famous. Still don't understand why they're rich.
They don't even know why they're famous.
It's stupid.
Let me correct that. It was a perfect timing for a sex tape. Back when sex tapes were new.
Yeah, it was a great time to speaking of something weird, it was a great time to make a sex tape with your R&B singer boyfriend and have your mom leak it on the internet.
That's not creepy at all. But a genius move.
So, like, oh, I'm sorry. Were you running out of the fame you didn't have because of who your dead dad was? I'm allowed to say it. I'm part of the Dead Dads Club. That was one of the dogs.
Yes, and the dogs is one of the reasons why we haven't been back in at least a month.
Fuck them dogs. They're all right.
No, they're not.
One of them's all
I'm
right.
an avid dog lover. However, these two dogs.
One of them's all right.
No, he's just as bad. That motherfucker let that motherfucker out the other day or yesterday. Came in, he shit outside, pissed outside, shit twice I think. Came inside, so I said, you know what? Hang out for a little while. Walked back in 5 minutes later, motherfucker shit right in the middle of the floor. I was like, you cocksucker, you little wiener dog motherfucker. But those dogs, the one dog.
When you're done, I got some more. We got some more info on this divorce, and I have theories.
Okay, does not know how close. He's lucky when he did what he did to Chalupa. We were outside.
Yeah,
and there were witnesses. I was going to kill that dog.
He did attack
Chalupa.
He did attack the original dog. You piece of shit.
And then the little wiener dog. Did I tell you about the little wiener dog?
What about him?
Took a snip at Samson.
What the fuck would he do that for?
He obviously thinks he's a Rottweiler.
That'd be like me giving fucking, like, Stipe Miocic a fucking titty twister. What the fuck? Yeah, these dogs are assholes.
They are.
Anybody want two dogs? It's a pug and a wiener dog.
Their days are numbered.
Not on this earth. Like
maybe. I'd make no guarantees.
To clarify any confusion before
Peter come after me. I make no guarantees.
Yeah, people eating tasty animals. What do you want from us? So, update. So he got married at 20 and divorced at 22, and he's back in Alabama. So, well, there you go. You can have. He lost his dog in the divorce. You can have two. You want two? Come get them free. Well, I might even pay you to get them. I'll pay your gas money to get the fuck up here to take these fucking things.
Hell,
they are cute.
But you move back to Alabama, I will Uber myself with these dogs there. I will.
Ugh.
What is it?
There's some gunk on this beer.
Well, don't pleasure.
That's what we get for drinking fucking beer that was in your mom's fridge that we took.
Hey, it's alcohol.
It's fine. She doesn't need a fridge.
And last night was the first It's been a while since I've drank consistently that much.
How much did you have?
A pitcher, which...
Well, a pitcher
well, I didn't even
before
have
I got there?
No,
Because I drank some of yours.
Yeah, you drank some of my pitcher, yeah. But that's still, outside of one beer here and there, in this 3-month period, I have not even drank much.
He stopped going to the gym, though.
No.
Boo. Boo this man.
I'm a piece of shit. I know.
So... You got divorced at 20, or you got married at 20, divorced at 22, and moved back to Alabama. Let's call a spade here. He missed his cousin.
Dun, dun, dun.
First love strikes again. First love strikes again. Roll Tide. Saban for president. Good old, just old-fashioned American cousin fucking Busch Light drinking, making your own toilet wine in the backyard, literally in a toilet. The old toilet that you took out of the house probably didn't clean before you started making the wine in it. You just threw a bunch of old newspapers in the bottom so it wouldn't drain out.
Hey, it happens. But Tyler, we are very we are sorry, not sorry for your divorce. However you want to
whatever, whichever one you choose.
Sometimes addition by subtraction.
However you feel about it, that's how we feel about it.
Well, I will say this. At least there was no kids involved.
I would love to get that's a free episode right there. We get both of them on the phone. And we just we Maury Povich this bitch.
You are not the father.
Oh, God, that'd be a whole nother fucking headache.
Hey, I'm lucky I never ended up on Maury.
I lost the dog, but I kept the kid. Fuck.
I'm still waiting for that knock on the door one day.
Is Maury even still on TV?
I don't think. Is Maury even still alive?
Actually, I don't think he's on TV, but I'm pretty sure he made a celebrity return for a pregnancy test or a paternity test for somebody.
You know where they did the testing? Is right down the street.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
In the area we live in, yeah. Any type of blood or urine testing makes sense.
Yeah. But for those of you joining us in the live stream and have dealt with us over the 2 years or so that we've been doing this together, we took a break. And just to let you know, if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app.
And unlike Tyler's marriage, this one was temporary.
Yes. We just needed a break. There are 2 episodes in the bank. The last 2 live streams that you guys caught did not make it to the podcast feed.
Like and share the video. We need dozens of people to see this triumphant return.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload this one to the podcast feed. Podcast feed, and then I'm going to put up the 2 in the bank that we have.
What are they?
Princess Diana is one of them.
Princess Diana. What do we do before that?
I don't know. I don't even fucking know what it is.
Probably something stupid, just like every other episode we've done.
Yeah. So, but the funny thing is, on the podcast, we are definitely been gone for 3 months.
Yeah.
Because we did 2 shows, live streams in
and they were not
August.
They were not weekly.
Uploaded. They were one was the beginning of the month, one was in, and they were not uploaded. So I'm uploading those after I upload this one. Should be up Monday morning.
What do you think the odds are that I vomit by the end of this?
Well,
I just chugged a protein shake, drank a beer, and now I'm drinking an energy drink.
Window right there.
That's gonna backfire. Window right there. And that, what best case scenario with that thought process? We fucking have to clean the window because I'm just gonna be like, window, blah, fuck. Like we've all don't act like you haven't done it. Everybody's done it where they go to spit out the window of the car and it's still rolled up.
I have not done that.
Really? I have. I've 100% just been like, yeah, da 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 da. Fuck.
I've done it and spit on the mirror. Oh, motherfucker.
I've never done that.
Wow.
I've also fucking gone to get rid of a cigarette and just fucking strong-handed my hand into the window, and then I'm like, ah!
No, but like I was saying, I will upload those 2 back episodes that never made it up after this one. So if you're listening to this, check out the next 2 on the audio feed. As you can tell, we have nothing planned for this episode. We just started talking this morning and said, you know what, let's do an episode. And damn gnats.
Dirty sluts.
So I said, yeah, let's do it. And we did.
I think I got the last of them, though. I put boiling water and bleach down the drains.
Good. But we have nothing planned, so we're just going to shoot the shit with you guys this episode. But I will say we'll do much of the same shit we did in the past, but we might try to get more back to the roots a little bit and do a little bit more paranormal stuff. To kind
Just got to find something good.
Even if it's not good, we'll make it good because we are that.
I mean, it's
talented.
the thing of like it's got to be with stuff like that. Like a lot of them are good stories. It's just finding ones that like you're capable of making at least like an hour out of.
Well,
instead of just being like, this happened and this happened and this happened and the mommy got scared and the babies got scared and the daddy said we move.
Well, I want to do an episode on dreams because I'm having some really fucked up dreams here lately, and I'm completely sober.
Yeah,
I've done not as I'm holding a fucking beer in my hand. As in drugs, I have not done any drugs in
a while,
6 months.
Yeah,
I probably closer. To
and I can vouch for that because I'm usually.
You're the
I know when he does the drugs.
So it can't be. It may be my sobriety from the somewhat medical legal drug.
Med legal
has kind of fucked with my brain because I've been having some vivid dreams lately.
Vivica A. Fox dreams.
I'm not saying maybe she made an appearance in some of them. I had a dream so real I thought I was at fucking work.
I'll be having that shit all the time, dude. I have stupid fucking dreams for real. Like I had a dream like when I took that little half-ass nap that I wasn't even planning on taking earlier. Don't really remember it entirely, and I know it was fucking stupid, but I was like, those are most of my dreams. I wake up and I go, what the fuck? Not as opposed to being a woman and you have a dream where your significant other cheats on you and you literally take it as the word of fucking God.
I had a dream about hell, and you want to know what it was?
Marriage?
Close. It was all of my exes. I had an intervention performed by all of my exes.
From what?
I don't know. I just blacked out. I walked into the room. I got tricked to walking in the room, and every ex I've ever had took turns lighting me up. I just blacked out. Thank God I woke up in a cold sweat and tears. Obviously, I've wronged many women in my day, but that's okay.
That's yeah.
Sigmund Freud or whatever would have a field day with my shit.
Oh, Chalupa's on the move.
Oh, Chalupa.
She walks like a drunk college student. Yeah.
Poor Chalupa.
So how do we feel? How do we feel about this fucking Gaza Strip shit?
I don't give a fuck.
Really? Now you necessitate something? The one time we're actually doing something?
Are you hungry?
I mean, this is the live stream about literally nothing, so this is the time.
We are the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Ooh, she's getting hyped up.
Give me 5 minutes. I will get you some food. It's your dinner time. I know. I was
But
not thinking.
I was thinking about that. Like, I don't understand. Like, everybody's like, "Oh my god," da, da, da. And don't get me wrong, like, war's not good. Like, bad things happen to people that don't deserve it. But like, why are we surprised? This shit has been going on since like the beginning of modern time. Palestine has been fighting with Israel since Palestine and Israel were separate entities.
47. It's been bad since 47. Anyway, I did hear a lot of the woke community, on speaking on behalf of the Gaza Strip, and then somebody would point out, "You are aware, I will get it in a minute. I'm making a very valid point.
Let him make his point, and we will feed you." Because I can't get out of here.
If these woke people who are saying
why is she dancing an Irish jig over sorry.
If they are promoting and standing in solidarity with the people in the Gaza Strip.
I'm surprised at how many people are supportive of Palestine.
Well, yeah, and these people who are supporting these people could not walk down the street.
Right.
They would be killed.
Yeah.
Their whole mission is to kill I wouldn't say kill, but they look down on the alphabet that I don't even know what's added to it here lately.
LGBTQIA plus, I think.
Plus these nuts.
I don't know.
But they just want to stand behind something. I'm sorry.
They just need a soapbox, and they have nothing to soapbox up on because they're a bunch of suburban white kids.
I'm not going to be on the side of anybody that hates me.
I'm on my side.
I don't want anything bad to happen to those people. However, if you don't like me, I don't give a fuck. Okay, I will get you something to eat. God.
All right, he's going to feed you.
God, you are such a needy bitch.
She's so excited. Circles, circles. I'm Chalupa Cabra. I learn to run in circles when I get excited. This is the most activity I've seen this dog do. And like, I like how you keep the dog's food in a Cheetos tin. That's racist.
What?
You keep your Chihuahua's dog food in a fucking hot Cheetos tin.
She's Mexican.
It'd be better if it was Fritos. Every time. There's been a couple times where I just can't help but look at her and go, I am the Frito Bandito.
Racist would be giving her Taco Bell.
She couldn't eat Taco Bell. She'd have to chew it.
She can chew this. She can chew a little bit.
I'd give her some refried beans. I did give her a little taste of that Alfredo sauce that I made the other day. She was just so into it, and I was like, all right, fine. I'll give you... I like stuck my finger in the bottom of the bowl after I ate it, and I was like, there you go. You're the favorite. I don't even know if she's the favorite. She's just the oldest.
She's the favorite.
She's all right. She's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, but she's old.
She took a huge piss on the floor the other night. After I let her out of my room, I like put her in her bed and she laid down, and then I walked through like 2 minutes later to go to the bathroom, and I was like, why aren't you in your bed? Oh, huge piss.
She's old. She can piss wherever the fuck she wants. She has that attitude now.
She is basically a walking skeleton. She's like the crypt keeper with white hair.
She goes, fuck you, I'm old. I'm going to piss and shit wherever I want.
She's like if Betty White got turned into a dog. She's like fucking, what's her name? Sophia from the Golden Girls as a dog. Kind of bitchy. Mm-hmm. It's tiny, frail, old. Even though Sophia from the Golden Girls was the youngest member of the cast.
Was she?
Yeah.
Huh.
She was younger than all of the other Golden Girls.
Very interesting.
And I love how they took Betty White, like the nation's grandma, and just made her a fucking crayon eater in that show.
Yeah, exactly.
She was a total idiot in that show. She played it very well, but I'm like, you have some respect.
She's a brilliant actress to play that.
Is she dead yet?
Yeah, she died last. We did an episode. She died when we were recording. We talked about.
Good.
Not good that she's dead. She's a national treasure.
Honestly, by the time she died, it might be good for her, for real. Shit.
Yeah, because she was what?
163?
No, like 90. I think she's only weeks or months away from 100, I think. Because I made the joke God was a dick because, just let her hit 100 or something. I believe that.
I don't want to hit 100. Fuck that. No, thank you. No, thank you. This camera angle makes me feel fat.
Yeah, it's the camera angle. Do these jeans make me look fat? No, your ass makes you look fat.
You're also wearing basketball shorts. Stupid. What an idiot. Yeah, but I didn't say that my jeans make me look fat while I'm wearing basketball shorts. Idiot.
It's the question that all women, if you're a man and you are straight, you have been asked this by a woman.
All right, whatever you say, Forrest Gump. Oh, man, I roasted Better Half. She's really been violently sneezing lately.
Who?
Like, Better Half.
Oh, Better Half.
She's just really letting it go. And I looked at her. I was like, you sound like Forrest Gump making fun of the principal that banged his mom when you sneeze.
Your mom sure does care about your education.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, boy. What else is new in our lives? 2 dogs we don't want. Anybody wants them, come get them.
Yeah, so if you hear whining, the dogs are in the cage.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And before anybody says anything, the cage is big enough for the Mastiff to freely move around in, so they basically have a ranch home to themselves.
Yes. The way I look at it, they're lucky to be alive.
They've got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
I very easily, because nobody's going to adopt these fucking hooligans.
They're too old.
So I take them to the pound. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, hence why
they're going to take the long nap.
Hence why we're trying to find not a pound or somebody to fucking take them.
So they are lucky to be breathing. And when you attack,
Love you.
When you attack Chalupa, you're lucky to be British.
That one did surprise me. Like, at least she's moving around again now.
She's still not 100%.
She's still pigeon-footed as fuck. You know what she kind of looks like? You remember when Bowl came out in the NBA draft?
Oh.
That's what she kind of reminds me of when she walks around. Bowl running up and down a fucking basketball court. Just lanky and skinny and kind of awkward. Like, you're not really sure what's going to come next. You don't know what direction they're going to go because neither do they.
Right.
She's basically, like, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but, like, she's, like, the closest you can get to having Parkinson's without actually having Parkinson's.
Yes.
She's the Michael J. Fox of Chihuahuas.
So what else has happened over the past 2 months?
Better half got me onto this fucking show about mermaids, and then officially, like,
on Netflix?
No, on Hulu. It's called Siren.
Oh, that sounds good. I started to watch one that I thought was kind of about actual mermaids.
Yeah.
You know, are they real type kind of thing. No, it was about people who identify as mermaids. So
Go fuck yourself.
I turned that off real quick. I said I do not have the bandwidth nor the patience to deal with this.
Yeah,
shit.
her ass single-handedly got me into a show that I normally wouldn't watch, and then has officially single-handedly gotten me out of the show.
Huh.
Because the last 2 times she was here doing homework and shit, and I was cooking dinner, she just kept watching the show. So literally in the last season, and I think I watched maybe 30 minutes of the second season, and she's like halfway through the third one, and I've watched all of like an hour and a half. Because as we know, I made that delicious chicken Alfredo from scratch. Chef's kiss, thank you.
It was very delicious.
Dude, that shit put me the fuck to sleep.
I pounded both. There was 2.
You eat them both last night?
Both
I
last
saw
night.
they were both gone. I was like, I literally looked at that box of chicken that you got in there. I was like, did he eat both of those last night? Or did he eat one today and one last night? He ate them both last night.
I ate both last night. I came home.
Apologies. I gave her the rest of the extra Alfredo sauce, or else there would have been some
right.
extra.
No, that's all
I
right.
tried to be pretty generous.
That's all right. I ate one, came in last night. I was hungry as fuck at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You did close the bar down.
Since we did close the bar down.
It's not. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing when you close the bar down and you don't even have a whole pitcher of beer.
I didn't get there till after midnight, I don't think.
I had to be close to it at least.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, because I think I got in the shower around midnight.
Yeah, and I just... It was around
I got in the shower
midnight.
shortly after you left.
So, I hadn't closed down. I hadn't seen the lights turn on at the bar. Of course, I haven't, I've been to that bar 3 times in 3 months.
I've been trying. My whole goal lately is, as long as I can say that I was at the gym more than I was in the fucking bar, by the end of the week, I win.
Yeah, so I've been good. I've been good here lately. I've been on my best behavior.
What else has been going on? Some fucking shitbag in Maine shot a bunch of people. He's dead. Good.
Yeah, but now we're going to have to listen.
I don't really know fuck all about that shit. I try not to give any attention to all that stuff anymore.
No,
I feel like
yeah.
it just feeds the fire.
Now we're going to have to listen to everything about guns. Because heaven forbid we address the real problem.
Mental health.
Yes. But here's the thing. I'm to the point now, I say let's go back to the Wild West days. Everybody strap it on. Not a dildo, a gun.
No, I like the first option better. That'd be way better. You just live in a world where you have like duels of fucking.
Everybody's sword fighting. You got a dildo strap on.
I mean, there'd probably be less killings if you had to strap on sword fight each other when you had a disagreement.
Probably a lot more sore asses.
That's what you call a gay dinosaur, a mega sore ass.
Sore ass.
You know what you call a guy with a small dick?
Travis?
Justin.
What?
Justin.
I don't get it.
Justin.
Oh, Justin. Oh, okay.
Better half had to look that one up because she needed a new bar joke for people at the bar. And then she didn't even execute it the way I told her to because she told it to me. I was like, that's kind of funny. I was like, so what you do is when you tell it to a guy, you tell him the joke. What do you call a guy with a small dick? Justin. And when they're like, ha, 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 you have their beer in your hand and you go, there you go, Justin. And you walk away.
Yes, but I was kind of shocked at the bar. I was expecting it to be after midnight, dead as fuck. But no, there was people in there. How dare them people? But apparently it was a little rocking right before I got there.
Yeah, apparently it was a very drunky poo night.
Glad I missed it.
Oh, the fucking the super weird guy that's been going there for about a year or so.
Super weird guy. You had to be more specific with that place.
Glasses, kind of looks like Slender Man.
Oh yeah.
looks like Slender Man if he knew what Windows tasted like.
Yes.
Yeah, he apparently like was talking to some lady that was there.
Always wearing the UC shit.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Like, looks like weighs like taller than me. Looks like he weighs 72 pounds.
Yes.
Apparently he. Apparently he was talking to some lady and like she was like, "Oh, I have to go," and he was asking like I guess at one point he was like, "So are you single?" And she's like, "No, my boyfriend's a cop." She didn't have a boyfriend, but I guess like when he was left, he was doing the thing where he was standing because mind you, we're talking about somebody. He's literally built like fucking what's his name from the first Charlie's Angels movies, the guy that did the cartwheel through the fucking fence, the thin man, but skinnier and more awkward. But he was standing like between her bar stool and somebody else's. So I'm like, first off, no grown man should be able to do that. Second, just don't do that anyway. That's fucking weird, dude. Like, and then he was like, he went for the hug, which he's super fucking weird. Weird is part of his name, literally. And like his hug is weird because he's like,
come hither.
He goes for a hug. Like, have you seen the video of those fucking turtles that are doing the mating ritual? And like the one walks up like or like slides up like this and goes on the other turtle's face and just taps it. That's how he goes for a hug. And like she did it and like I guess he just like right on her mouth. And I was like, you're gonna get beat up by a girl if you're not careful, bud. It's gonna happen.
Was she young? Oh, because he's what? He's in his late 50s, early 60s.
She wasn't young. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh,
I'm getting this through the grapevine. I guess she wasn't necessarily young, but I don't know if she was quite his age. I also don't know how old he is. He could be my age, and it's just really unfortunate, or he could be that dude could be 684 years old. He could be like fucking Kubla Khan or some shit like that. He could be a Central American goddess or god.
He looks like a vampire.
No, he's way too much of a pussy to be a vampire.
That's been starved.
He looks like a mummy that got unwrapped.
That is a good point. But if he's younger than me, I look damn good then. I'm doing well.
He looks like, I'm trying to think. What's the best comparison I could possibly make here? I'm really going to deep dive and think about this one. He looks like a dad at a Pee-wee football game in 1993 with anorexia.
Well,
anorexia is a real thing. If
you
you suffer with an eating disorder, please contact.
But that is the best part of going to the bar.
Someone. I don't know who you contact. Please, if you suffer from bulimia or from anorexia, please contact KFC.
But that is the best part about going to the bar, watching that kind of shit happen.
Oh my God.
And what's worse is this bar is not a target-rich environment, to quote Goose.
No, it's very male-dominated.
Right. So
it's very middle-aged, Republican-dominant, male-dominant.
So when
dominated,
a target, and I'm just for lack of a better term, when a female walks into that place, it's like piranha with.
If they're not talking to him, they're looking at him.
Right.
And I literally and I've literally said it. We were talking about it last night. There's literally guys like that in every bar that will be like, "Where's all the chicks at, man?" And they think I'm joking when I'm like, when I was young and single and hanging out in bars all the time, I'd be like, "Not here because of motherfuckers like you." They're like, haha. I'm like, "No, seriously. Like, you think just because you buy a girl a fireball that she doesn't want, because nobody wants fucking no 26-year-old girl wants a shot of fireball, or very few of them."
Well, if I could find one, I'd marry that bitch.
But just because you send them a fireball does not mean that they're going to be like, hey, come show me what your tongue tastes like.
But it's funny watching. You can watch go from one. That doesn't pan out. Just move on to the next. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And it gets progressively worse. Or how can I say this? It goes from maybe a 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And by 2 o'clock in the morning, they're at a fucking 1.
Especially when you turn the lights on.
Yeah. It's hilarious. I enjoy it.
I just love hearing guys like run their mouth about how like badass or cool or how cool their car is. And I'm like, no. I'm like, if on the off chance you meet a female in a bar that cares about that, it's not going to end well for you.
Well, that's like your significant other. She always gets on me because I'm antisocial. I don't go there to talk to people.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, too, is like, because I can be the same way, but it's not that we're antisocial. We people watch. If we see somebody we know or we run into somebody, I'm more than willing to talk to them. It's not like somebody I know on first name basis walks up and I go, fuck off.
Who was it one day? I was in there, a regular started talking to me.
Okay. Initials. Or descriptions, just to avoid it.
I got to be careful because I know this. A father of somebody. Hold on a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was, yeah, yeah. You know, I was being cordial, but obviously I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Yeah, like not everybody's my favorite person.
No, it's not even that. I just don't want to. I was watching a game or something.
Mm. Well, especially when you we're both the same in that when we first get to a bar, that is not the peak of conversation.
Right.
Like, let me get a couple drinks in me, and then I'm down.
Right.
When I first get there, I just want to sit there and watch SportsCenter and fucking drink a beer, and maybe take a shot.
Yeah. But, you know, like a lot of the regulars, when I walk in, hey, how you doing? You know, it's not like norm. Of course, there for a while, it was like norm when I was walking in.
Yeah.
But now, you know, that's like last night. Nobody was there that I knew. But,
There was.
Hold on, let me think who was there. Well,
there's always going to be somebody at that bar.
Nobody that points out my arrival.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Well, because the two guys sitting next to me, I didn't recognize.
I don't know who they were.
The two girls, I didn't recognize them at the corner of the bar. The one guy sitting at the opening.
El Jefe.
I recognized him. And then the other two girls.
Short and curly at the corner.
Short and curly.
Yeah.
Yeah, him, and then the two girls talking to them. I know I didn't recognize the blonde, but the other one I recognized because she used to work at UDF.
The one that looked like she was 15, even though I know she's not.
Yeah, and because she knows my youngest daughter.
Mm.
She was on, I think, ratted me out.
Bitch.
And called my daughter and said, "Hey, your dad's up at Eli's."
Bitch.
In the middle of the day.
Bitch.
It was matter of fact, it was that Sunday. Remember I took you to work and it was snowing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, bitch.
She was up there, and I was on my way home or just got home after I had a beer or two and came home. My daughter said, "What were you doing at Eli's on in Sunday afternoon or Sunday early?" I was like, "None of your business, you little shit."
Right. Like what? What were you doing at Eli's on a Sunday afternoon? I don't know. What were you doing in my balls for like 2 years before you were born?
Yeah.
Exactly. Shut up.
So, and let's see, who else was over?
There wasn't a lot of
people at the
there.
table I didn't recognize.
Which table?
The group.
Which one?
Sitting
across from us.
Yeah, I didn't recognize them either. Who?
I can't even remember.
Oh, then yeah, then
probably not. It was probably nobody because I don't remember.
At the bar, you know, I know, you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else has happened in life? Oh yeah, that siren show. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
All right.
Not normally what I would get into. It's very, very like.
Oh, that reminds me.
Young 20s, teenage kind of orientation, but it's not bad.
I want to see. Speaking of Papa Will, welcome. Gregory's here.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back,
and you made it.
Of the Russell Crowe's movie, The Exorcist.
The Pope's Exorcist. I need to watch it because How Did This Get Made has already done an episode about it.
And you know who that story's based on, right?
The guy we did an episode on.
Gabriel.
Gabriel, I love that.
Yeah, yes, it's based on him.
That fucking knuckle dragger.
Hey.
I'm just out here. I'm here. I am out here to fucking offend everyone tonight.
Papa Will, thank you for
Isn't that right, Snoop Dogg?
Papa Will's telling us it's Bill Gates' birthday. Well, happy birthday, Bill.
Fuck Bill Gates.
That is a creepy motherfucker.
This is what I want to hear. See, this is all I got to say to Bill Gates. 1, $1 billion on the line, and the secrets to all the bullshit that you do behind the scenes. You and me fight naked.
The worst pay-per-view ever.
It wouldn't be a very good view, first off.
Yes.
Even though I feel like Bill Gates has a massive schlong. Probably doesn't know how to use it.
So.
He probably doesn't know how to use. Oh, you would think if he didn't, he would have bought one by now.
I would hope so, because God can't be that much of a dick.
You would think he would have had them put like a fucking Nathan's hot dog is foot long on his ass.
To make somebody that dorky and ugly, you'd have to give him a big cock.
And full of adrenochrome, you piece of shit.
Of course, that's why I justify my small penis. God gave me everything else.
I just say it's because
give me everything.
I just say it's because I'm Asian. But first off, pretty sure I'd fuck up Bill Gates. I'm just saying. No offense, Bill. But that's pretty much it. There's really no but. But no, like I would do it. We got to somebody set it up. $1 billion on the line. Me and Bill Gates fight.
What's he get if he wins? You ain't got.
He's Bill Gates. He doesn't need shit. There you go. If he wins, he gets to, for the first time in his life, say he ever wanted a fight that wasn't legal.
I'm gonna put my money on Bill.
All right.
No.
It depends on the rules, especially because if it's like no holds barred, he's gonna cheat.
Well, you ain't cheating. You ain't trying. Oh,
Well, this has to be, and this fight has to be like, not to harken back to another podcast, but there was an episode of The Fighter and the Kid back before Brendan Schaub was a fucking idiot and Brian Callen was sexually assaulting people when they had Will
allegedly.
They had Will Sasso on. And while we're on the subject, I really don't hate Brendan Schaub that much. That's just all I've seen is people just tearing him apart. And like some of them are kind of valid, but the man's a rich man. He's doing something right. Good for you, whatever you're doing, as long as you're not doing anything fucked up. And I'm sorry, but Gringo Papi was trash.
It was not, but I thought it was Gringo Papi was better.
He's just not. It's
was
also
better than his Showtime special.
It's his comedy is not my style of comedy. I'm not a fan of that. It's not him. It's just that style is not my thing. I believe
we've talked about it. He needs in 5 more years. People don't realize, like Matt Rife, for instance.
Yeah.
Blown up, has blown up out of nowhere. Bullshit. He's been doing this for fucking 10 years.
I don't know who the fuck he is. I just found out about who Matt Rife.
But he's been hitting the club for 10 fucking years.
I think that's part of the problem. I think that is the part of the problem with Brendan Schaub. He's been in the limelight. He's been in the public eye the whole time he's been working.
For one,
nobody else has. Mark Normand, love Mark Normand. Theo Vaughn, Tom Segura, all these guys, nobody knew who the fuck they were for 10 years.
Yeah, they worked it out in the clubs, the open mics for 10 years before they got famous.
Yeah.
And he had got fast-tracked because of who he knows.
Yeah, which is all, that's
so
fine.
He's still learning.
Even Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer had kind of a quick, meteoric rise, but he was around for a long time, but too.
What do you think about Bert Kreischer didn't pop off till, 5 years ago?
The Machine.
When was the Machine? 5, 6 years ago?
I don't even know at this point.
It wasn't that long ago.
No.
But he had been, he's my age, for the love of God.
Close to it, yeah.
I think he might be
he's not 50 yet, is he?
Yeah, I think he's 50.
Is he? That's pretty good for 50. I'll give him credit for the lifestyle he's lived.
He was in New York in the 90s. Like 97, 98.
Yeah.
And he just popped off and got, in the past 5 years is when he has made his money.
But anyway, what I was saying is there's an episode of Fire and the Kid.
Yes.
I don't know what number, but they had Will Sasso on. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how the only way that he would fight Brian Callen is if he was fighting CM Punk at the same time. And they would have to do it as a side pay-per-view on a UFC event. and he said it would be UFC 200 and something, and it would be called Getting the Bowl, because he said they would lower a massive cereal bowl onto the octagon, and it would be lined with like oil and corn syrup, so it was sticky and slippery all at the same time. It was hilarious. He went through the whole thing. He was like Brian with CM Punk, just down one side, and they start to hypothesize on how the fight's going to go and how they're going to beat me, and then just, and that was him sliding down the other side of the bowl. That's exactly how the me and Bill Gates fight should be orchestrated.
Yeah, see, I have not listened. I'm so far behind on my podcast.
I listen to Brohio and the Common Descent a little bit. That's about it. I mean, other than that, and like Joe Rogan, like I listened to the new Graham Hancock episode of Joe Rogan because it's Graham Hancock, and
Graham Hancock's the man.
He's just so interesting. Because I hate that shit because it's like Graham Hancock and like Forrest Galante and all these other guys, and like people will be like, "You believe that shit?" I'm like, even if I don't believe what somebody says, does not mean that it cannot be fucking interesting.
And I've always had the thought that this has probably happened several times. There has probably been many advanced civilizations. Something catastrophic has happened, and it's reset.
Yeah, like
we are just the latest iteration of that.
Yeah, because they even talked about the boneyard in Alaska.
Yes, right.
They were talking about that because I guess because that guy's a big fan of Graham Hancock's, but they've never spoken or anything like that. Because I think I would love to see Joe Rogan link those two up outside of the podcast and then have them on the podcast together, because that dude is breaking the map of time as far as species movement and population in North America.
There are things there there are hundreds of thousands of bones of things there that shouldn't be there.
Well, he said, what did they find? They found I don't think it was beavers. They found the remains of something there, like those weren't there, and he was like, those didn't live there. He was like, well, it fucking died there. And then the big one was like, I think it was like a mammoth bone or like a tree trunk or something like that. And in that they found a blue feather. And once again, they were like, no birds with feathers colored like that lived in that area. And once again, he was like, well, one fucking died there. So you tell me, Dr. Man.
Yeah, see, that's always been my problem with academia, or especially archaeology. They are so set in their ways. They think. I
know, I hate it because I'm such a. We all know, not to cut you off, but like I think that's part of the reason why I listen to Graham Hancock and shit so much is like, anybody that knows me knows that I am like an archaeology and paleontology nerd, but I don't subscribe to that like religious, not religious, but like religion-esque blind following of what's known.
Right.
Like, no, it's archaeology. Where did archaeology come from? It came from us learning shit that we were finding. Just because that's what we found first does not mean that that's what the fuck it is.
Well, it's like
if you find a 10-pound pile of shit in your backyard and you see a squirrel first, that does not mean that the squirrel took the 10-pound shit. It was probably the neighbor's fucking Great Dane, Charlie, that has a lazy eye and likes to fucking chase rabbits.
I know. But, it's like Egypt.
Oh, but God.
It is very... It's basically proven that the
Sphinx's head was not original, or is not.
It is much older than what modern archaeologists say. And they fight so hard on. Then they call, like Graham Hancock, they call him racist because he's saying that the Egyptians didn't do it. Yes, he's not saying that. The Egyptians did it, just not much. They did it much earlier than what we say they did. He's not saying white man came to Egypt and built this shit.
They literally said that.
God, fuck off.
What was it? Ancient Apocalypse? Was that his show on Netflix?
Yes.
They literally said, somebody said that was the most dangerous show on Netflix. I was like, why? Because it changes the status quo. That's what science is for. It's supposed to change. It's an ever-evolving fucking science. All of it is.
Right.
Motherfucker, I don't see you arguing when some astrophysicist is like, we found a new element. Everybody's like, amazing. This is phenomenal. Show us this element. Does it glow in the dark? Is it going to give us cancer? Let me taste it. But no, some motherfucker finds fucking beaver bones in Alaska, and they're like, fuck you, Jerry. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Eat a dick.
It's why the past is not set in stone. We were not there. We don't know. You're looking at a piece of broken pottery and making an educated guess on that civilization.
Yeah. Well, and then, like I said, when I was listening to it, I haven't finished it yet. He started talking about that Rongo shit that I was talking to you about last night. Mm-hmm. That the dead language from the Easter Island. That they found tablets and shit. That, like, it's a super cool script. It's really, it's like Egyptian hieroglyphics mixed with like Central American glyphs almost, which I also find weird because Easter Island is a South Pacific island,
right?
But nobody can read it.
Well,
there's nobody on the planet Earth right now that knows that language anymore, because the slave traders took all the elders that knew how to translate that script.
Right. You know, it
is fucking cool.
The modern academia believes that our ancient relatives were basically functioning idiots. They were morons.
I know, yeah. Like,
why couldn't they be more advanced? They obviously knew more than what.
Right. They literally say, like, when you, like, with Göbekli Tepe, they're like, oh no, hunter gatherers couldn't do this. Why not?
Maybe they could hunter gather and build shit. Maybe they multitask, motherfuckers.
If you think about it, a hunter gatherer from back in the day, realistically, might not have the on paper intelligence that we have, but probably had massively more advanced problem solving skills than any of us do today. We're like,
what are you trying to say? Today's generations can't fucking find something without Google Maps?
Without an iPhone? Yes.
You know, it's funny how quickly we go backwards mentally.
Yeah.
Just like I remember when I was growing up, you remembered 100 people's cell phone number or telephone number.
Yeah.
Because there was no,
or at least like your good friends and like your home number. I still remember
have a contact list. I barely can. I have to look to find my own phone number sometimes.
I still remember the landline number to my parents' house when I was a kid.
I remember my last landline number. I remember it.
Oh, I never had one personally.
Right.
I had one, but I never had it hooked up. I only had it because it was the bundle.
But life has gotten so simple. We start losing the ability. Like I said, I can barely remember my own fucking phone number. I have to look up.
See, I have to think of it, but that's just because for some reason I always think of one of my old numbers. Because I can still remember my first cell phone number and my dad's, because it was only 2 digits apart.
To where back when I was a kid, I had probably 15, 20 people phone numbers memorized.
Yeah, probably, like give or take.
8675309. You have to be on.
No, I know what it is.
Okay. You know what's weird is I remember that number.
I don't think that phone number is assigned to anything still to this day.
Probably not.
They took it out of like all registries.
I was hoping. Could you imagine having that?
8675309.
But that was what, 85, 86?
Oh, I don't know. It was before I was born. I know that.
85, 86. I remember it when it came out.
And if you didn't remember the number, your mom had that fucking thing where you could like to the letter and then open it up and it would have the phone numbers for that letter of last name.
Right.
Yeah. But that was back in the good old days when women were ladies. When women were ladies, and they put their Virginia Slim ultralights in those leather pouches that had a lighter pocket and a little change pocket in the front.
Classy ladies.
Get your shit together.
Now we got a bunch of OnlyFans.
Everywhere. Oh my God. Rolodex.
Yes.
We never had one in my house, but like we didn't. I don't think we did. We had the address book thing. Yeah. I don't know if we ever had a Rolodex, but like, or even like a typewriter. Like, we had a typewriter when I was a kid. Computers were a thing, but we didn't have one. I remember me and like my siblings would be doing fucking schoolwork with Encyclopedia Britannica and a fucking typewriter.
I'm 100% convinced if I had Google when I was a child going through my schooling years, I would have went to Harvard.
Oh yeah.
I could have faked that shit like a
I mean, and that's coming from somebody. Like, I had Google, but the internet was not what it is now.
Right. To where the encyclopedia, you had to actually look up the encyclopedia.
Yeah. Or know how to use a thesaurus.
Yes.
I bet you most kids don't even know what a thesaurus is anymore.
And if you don't
They're
know,
like, is that extinct? Is that one in the Jurassic Park 4? Like, no, you fucking idiot. I know this might be foreign to you, but this is what we call a book, Timothy. This is where we gained knowledge from in the olden days when your parents used to kill animals with spears to sustain themselves. And then you give it to them and they're like, and they're looking at it like it's a fucking, like it's a stuffed fucking dodo bird that they've never seen before in their life. That shit pisses me off. I was just talking about that with Better Half today about how, like, I know it's I don't want to say a necessary evil, but an unavoidable evil to a certain extent in today's society. But like the fact that like it just seems like kids just want to get on TikTok and have their tablets and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? First off, when I was a kid, I got my first cell phone when I was 12 years old, which I think is a fair age in today's day and age, even though this was 21 years ago that I got it. But that being said, until I was like 15 or 16, my cell phone got thrown in the junk drawer in the kitchen until I was going somewhere, and basically took my dad being like, take your phone just in case. And I'd be like, ah, shut up, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
or like the fact that like kids want to be making TikTok fucking videos and shit
as we're on YouTube
in public bathrooms.
As we're on a YouTube live
stream. But like we have full-time jobs and shit like that. My thing is like you have 7-year-olds that are like making TikTok videos in public bathrooms and getting hit by cars to try to become internet famous and shit. When we were kids, like I'm almost 20 years younger than you, but when I was a kid, like summertime, get the fuck out. Go play. That's all I wanted to do. Like when I got off school, I wasn't thinking about going and playing video games.
We're pissed when you heard your mom calling.
Yeah, like I wasn't trying to go home and play video games after school and shit like that. I wanted to go home, do my schoolwork as fast as I could so I could go outside and play with my friends. Go do dumb shit that we probably shouldn't have done, but those scrapes and bruises teach you a lot in your younger years. You go, hey, don't climb that because you almost die. Same reason you don't jump off of that. And also same reason you don't try to swim in there. And also same reason you don't try to ride a skateboard down that hill. And also same reason you don't set that thing on fire.
All things that you have done.
Yes.
How did you know not to do it? You did it.
You did it. I feel bad for so many kids. I feel like they're just missing out on so much life experience.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day because I hate Instagram.
I love Instagram. But I'm on it so much that it has learned me.
The only thing
algorithm
I get
works.
are basically that show up in my feed. You watch one
half-naked girls.
Exactly. And they're all women
dude,
pushing their OnlyFans.
That is not at all the content that I traditionally like or share or anything like that on Instagram, but it's unavoidable. You still are going to get it sprinkled in there.
And I started thinking about all these 20-year-olds with their OnlyFans. Hey, do you make your money? However, that is a shelf life.
And also stop clogging up traffic at the gym, taking selfies in the fucking mirror all the time.
But if you have an OnlyFans account, 99% of these motherfuckers aren't making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They're struggling. They might make a couple bucks here. Probably have to have a full-time job. It's not probably a full-time job, I wouldn't think. Or they might make a somewhat okay living, but they're not killing it like what's her name? That one chick that makes $1 million a month or whatever.
Oh, Bad Baby?
Yeah.
Dude, she made $1 million. She made $1 million in like 8 hours when she turned 18.
What are you going to do in 15, 20 years?
Well, and also
when those tits start sagging, you're wrinkled, you're going to have to go get a real job.
Well, also throwing a little sidecar on the motorcycle that you just dropped. Most of y'all aren't fucking famous, which is a big part of why some of these people do well. It's like porn stars or I'm sorry, we're on social media, corn stars and like people like Bad Baby and shit like that. They have, for better or worse, a massive social media following or are known in a certain community before OnlyFans even became a thing. And also, there's also the fact that, like, just look at the fact that, I don't know if it still happens, but I know, like, people, like, I don't know if Will Smith actually had one, but, like, just celebrities can have OnlyFans. And it's not even, like, fucking butthole pictures and shit. It's just, like, pictures from their fucking family vacation. Suck my balls. I'm not paying you $12.99 a month to see you fucking take a douchey picture on the beach in fucking St. Bart's.
It's not, okay, look at this. Think of it like this. Joe Rogan. Arguably still the biggest podcast in the world.
He is, isn't he?
I would imagine.
Individually, at least?
He had a following before the podcast.
Yeah.
He was the Fear Factor guy. He had fans. So, of course it translates. Now, granted, it has grown to...
He got in there. He hit the sweet spot of when to get into podcasting, too.
New Heights Podcast. That is the only podcast I stay up to date on.
Oh, the Kelsey brothers?
Yes.
I haven't. I've never listened to it.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
I intend to, but I haven't.
It's good.
You know the one that doesn't do it for me?
What?
Same World, Bussin' with the Boys. It's on and off for me.
I've never really...
It's not bad. I've never heard a bad one. It's just 50-50 for me.
It's not as... They don't have the personalities as the Kelsey brothers have.
Yeah, it's like, because I need some comedy in my fucking podcast listening. It has to be a thing.
Here's the thing. They had followings before they started the podcast.
Yeah, they're fucking both NFL players that have won Super Bowls. Also, hold up. You know what else has happened that we didn't talk about since we went AWOL?
What?
The football season started and fucking Travis Kelce started dating Taylor Swift. Nobody fucking cares, ESPN. Take it off the fucking airwaves.
You know, I was all right with the cover.
At first, it's fine when like nobody knew and shit like that. But it's out. They're dating. Nobody fucking cares. Stop showing her fucking celebrating in the box. I don't give a shit.
I'm actually okay with him showing every once in a while. But when you start putting a stat...
I care more to see his mom celebrate a touchdown than her ass.
But when you put a stat, how he performs without her there and then with her...
They do that?
Fuck yourself.
They do that?
They did it last week.
Oh, suck a fart out of my ass on fucking buy one, get one free wing night,
They broke
you piece
his
of shit.
stats down to where when she's there and when she's not there. And naturally, his stats, he was averaging like 99 receiving yards a game when she's there and 46 when she's not there. Something, give or take. I'm like, so basically, Travis Kelce, this just goes, the Swiftie fans think, whatever they call themselves.
Swifties.
This sounded old right there. I'm not even a Taylor Swift hater.
Well, that was the worst part of the whole thing was when it came out and you had all those wives like doing the video trends on Instagram and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Where they'd be like, I think it's really nice that Taylor Swift put this Travis Kelce guy on the map and their husbands would just be staring at him.
He's the most, probably the great one. I wouldn't see tight ends are different.
He's one of, if not the best tight end in the league.
In the league.
Or consistently.
But when they start saying all time, yes.
He's going to be in there.
But the tight end position has evolved to where, like Gronk, for instance. Gronk was a better blocker.
He's not going to be he's not the tight. Somebody argued with me on that. They were like, Gronk's the best tight end of all time. I'm like, no, he's not. But they're like, who's better? Instantly. Same team Travis Kelce played on. Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez is the best fucking tight end of all time, and that's coming from a lifelong Cowboys fan. I don't even put fucking Jason Witten at number one. He's in the conversation for the best, but I'd put Tony Gonzalez number one.
But Kelce, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's more of
he's a receiver. He's a bulky receiver.
Right.
I've seen him throw some nasty blocks, though, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a scrub by any stretch of any imagination. But he's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So is George Kittle. George Kittle's a beast, too.
Right. But the tight end position has kind of it evolves and goes back and forth to more of a receiving tight end to more of a run-blocking tight end.
I think that,
so
like,
it's kind
Jason...
of hard. My point is it's kind of hard to say the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I think Jason Witten was kind of the one of the last guards of he's there on those short routes and he's dependable, but like he can also hold you down when you need some protection on one side.
Like one of the greatest tight ends ever that nobody's ever talks about is Mark Bavaro of the Giants. One of their Giants run with Phil Simms and.
Oh, so before my time.
Yeah, before your time.
Okay. And it's Giants, so I wouldn't know who he is.
He was a beast. He would pancake people, and he was that was the old adage when throw it to him, if he's covered, he's open.
Yeah.
That was actually Bill Parcells said that about him first. He told Phil Simms, if he's covered, throw it to him. Even if he's covered, he's open.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like it's the tight end position. Most people like don't know shit about him, like unless they're a big name, like Travis Kelce,
but
or Rob
that does
Gronkowski. But even though there's plenty of good, like how many Hall of Fame tight ends can you think of off the top of your head? Tony Gonzalez, probably that guy.
Bavaro, I believe, is in the Hall of Fame. Was it Christensen? Ty Christensen's in the Hall of Fame? Yeah,
I don't know.
For the long-time Raider tight end.
You think Vernon Davis will make it? Because I think he was one of the. I think he was the beginning of, or part of the beginning of that more receiver-oriented tight end.
Still, he was big as fuck.
He was fast as shit, though.
I think so. I think he should, but I know he had some issues taking off plays every now and then.
Todd Heap.
Yeah,
might end up.
What's the guy out of Indianapolis?
Dallas
Clark.
Yeah.
And Heath Miller out of
Pittsburgh. Antonio Gates out of San Diego.
And Antonio Gates I put Antonio Gates with Gonzalez, really.
I would say Antonio Gates is probably second.
Right. I'm not saying he's better, but I put him up there with him.
And then some people would agree or would call me out trying to say it's because I'm a Cowboys fan, but for me, it's Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, Jason Witten. Because Jason Witten was like, not only could he block, he was just so phenomenally consistent on being there when his quarterback needed to just dump it off.
Right. But here's the thing: there's no way.
You know who's not going to go?
Who?
Kellen Winslow Jr.
Yeah, he was not his father. I will say.
No. He was hot. He came out hot. I'll give him that. Kellen Winslow,
because he's a soldier.
The second was that was him.
I'm a soldier.
I'm a soldier. My dad was in the NFL. I grew up hard. Shut up. It's just like fucking. That's just like Deion Sanders kids. Like, stop. Not that they talk like that, but I hate how much they flex. I'm like, we already know you're fucking rich. Like, and also,
well, here's the thing.
I really hate his little fucking Shador showing off his Rolex. Fuck off. Like,
good for Colorado.
Come on, you're a football player, dude. Be a football player. Let your football play talk.
Good for Colorado.
Yeah, until they played a good team.
However,
and they got steamrolled by Oregon.
Let's keep it real. You're 4-3, maybe 4-4 after today. I don't know.
The only reason you're making headlines is because because Deion Sanders is the coach. And I'm not saying they have a bad program by any means.
No,
they're not a bad football team. But if Deion Sanders was not the coach of that team, nobody would give a fuck.
Right.
If it wasn't prime time in Boulder. And again, I'm not shitting on Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is a phenomenal football player, and he's a good football coach. But if he was not the coach of that team, nobody would be talking about them.
I'm jealous of Colorado. There was talk. We got rid of here at UC.
What?
Why didn't we go after him harder?
Who, Deion?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that they were in the running.
Oh, they wanted. They thought about it. Well, he has ties to Cincinnati. He played for the Reds.
I also played for the Cowboys.
And the 49ers.
And the Falcons.
But,
I think that was it, right?
I think so. But here's the thing. They're 4-3. So we can quit.
Call it how it is.
Right.
Like you're a good football program. You've had some good wins. You've had some great plays. You've got some great players.
And you've gotten smoked.
But again, if Deion Sanders wasn't at the wheel, nobody would be talking about it.
Right. So, but anyway, getting back to what we're talking about.
Sitting down is not a good look for me.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I feel weird. I feel like a bronze bust.
That's what
where they have no bottom half.
That's what I was going to say. I'm so tired of these greatest of all time comparisons.
Especially when people not to sound like I'm gatekeeping, but so many people don't know enough to actually have a legitimate conversation about it.
But you cannot, like we talked about last night at the bar, remember we were about the streak, and we made
the kid that tied the all-time postseason hit streak,
who had it in the 40s, to where they weren't throwing that fucking hard. Football, for instance, when Dick Butkus played, it's a different fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't you didn't have 350-pound offensive linemen.
I know. Could you imagine if you
could run 4.5s?
Could you imagine, like, you had like LT and all these guys back in the day? Could you imagine if you took like Trent Williams, Zach Martin, if you made up an offensive line of like the best offensive linemen today and put them in like the early or mid 80s on the same team? They're like, no sacks allowed on the season. They have injured 64 players, and their team has 6,542 rushing yards and 36,000 passing yards.
Because there's no comparison. And same thing with basketball. It's LeBron and Jordan.
Oh, watch that guy, the YouTube guy I was talking about, break down LeBron's training.
Yeah.
He was like, no, he was watching the guy's video, his trainer's video. He's like, no, let's talk about recovery. And he was like, recovery? I only counted 2, maybe 3 actual exercises in that whole routine. And I was like, damn. Shit.
But the athletes today are 1,000 times better than what they were in the 50s.
I don't even want to say better. It's just totally. It's just refined.
No. They
took the axe that was already there and they sharpened it to a razor's edge.
I will say better because they're better from when I was played.
Yeah, and because
nutrition,
I retract
training
that
techniques.
Yeah, I retract that because you can legitimately say better because they legitimately look at different aspects of the game that weren't looked at the same way back then.
Right.
And they're also twice the size and twice as fast.
Right. For an offensive lineman, even 20 years ago, 25 years ago, you were fast if you were 5 flat, 4'9".
Yeah.
40. You were fast.
Now they're looking for you to be like 4'7", 4'6".
Yeah. So
and then you got guys like Aaron Donald that's like fucking 7% body fat and like 270, 280 pounds. Fuck off. That's not a human. That's a bioengineered weapon of mass destruction with legs.
In the 70s, these fucking NFL players had fucking jobs.
And they're smoking cigarettes on the sideline.
Drinking beer at halftime. So it's a different. Now, I will say this. Today's players don't have guys like Buckus and Lambert. Mental. Of course, it's a different game.
Yeah. They understand more. Well, and you also didn't have like
the meanness.
The longevity is longer now.
Right.
The understanding, the equipment, like everything is just gone up. Like
it's a different fucking game. It's a different game from 10 years ago.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of those guys from back then, that even the ones that were studs,
could not play today.
No, they'd probably be late round picks.
Or they wouldn't, like Buckus and Jack Lambert. They could not play today. You know why? They would owe the NFL money.
Yeah, they'd be like Marvin or James Harrison.
They would owe them at the end of the year.
Fucking
if they made $10 million that year, they'd owe $11 million in fines.
What was that fucking dude's name that played for the Bengals? Doesn't play anymore.
Avante Perfect.
Yeah. I hated hearing how many people would defend and like to an extent, yeah, because it's your team. I don't give a fuck if you watch that cat's highlight reels. He was dirty.
Well, he was a throwback to my team.
No,
yeah.
Dude, I saw several times where like he's clearly trying to fuck somebody up.
That's my time. We tried to hurt fucking people.
Look how that worked out.
You know when I played, the worst thing you could fucking do, the worst thing if you saw it happen, you said, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to do this," is recover a fucking fumble. You don't want to be at the bottom of that pile.
Well,
shit was getting pinched, grabbed, yanked on,
and then next thing you know, you got a Junior Seau on your hands.
That's the. I remember in college.
Vontez perfect.
Let's say Vontae.
I don't know.
In college,
something
in
racist.
high school, I remember coaches saying, "We need to take him out.
Kill him.
Take him out of the fucking
Kill
game."
the umpire."
That was part of the game. So, I mean, twisting of an ankle, that should happen every fucking play. Every fucking play.
Also wasn't on camera like it is now.
That's true.
It's the same thing with Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh is just crazy.
I had a buddy.
He still plays. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
I had a buddy who I'll tell the story, played defensive line, and this guy was messing with him a little bit through the game, and at one end of one play, the guy was kind of like on all fours or close, and he just was walking past him, went like this, picked his leg up, and mule kicked his fucking right in the head. Hey,
oopsies.
that's what we did. That's what we fucking did.
I mean, yeah, it's always existed and it's always going to exist.
And you played defense, I played.
I think Vontez Burfict's problem was like just his, like he just didn't care.
You know how a swim move as an offensive tackle, how I was taught to defeat a swim move.
Stab him.
No, when that arm goes fucking up to swim you, if it's that guy arm's going up this way,
I'm just waiting for you to go. You stab him with the other arm.
You take that right fucking hand, close your fist, and you punch him right in the fucking ribs.
Right in the tits.
Right in the fucking ribs. Right where the shoulder pad comes out, punch him right there. Because guess what? Next time they go like that, expose them, they're not going to fucking do it.
Speaking of, I don't remember if it was pro or college. Somebody else fucking swung a helmet at somebody. I forget. I don't even know who it was.
I don't know who it was, but I saw something.
I saw it. I was like, hell yeah. What was it? The fucking back in the day when they used to chant table at the TLC matches and the fucking WWE shit.
So it was. That's the game's different.
Oh, also, while we're on the football subject, an arm wrestler's son fucking dug the Bears out for a single win because they lost the next week.
That's all right.
Was it Tyson Bagent?
Yes.
Did you see how they interviewed him or his interview after he won that game?
I saw highlights of it.
They were like, Tyson. She was like, Tyson. So what would have been your plans if it didn't work out with the NFL? He was like, I would have just crossfitted my life away and got as jacked as swole as I could and become a teacher at elementary or whatever the fuck. And I was like, I mean, goals, you know,
That's
gotta have
back
them.
to life.
What else has happened? I got a haircut. We both got haircuts.
Is there still a war in Ukraine?
As far as I know.
Oh, cool.
They're still using drones to drop fucking pipe bombs on motherfuckers.
Sweet.
COVID's
back?
Beavers have returned to West London for the first time in 400 years. I read that. I didn't read the whole article. I just read the title, and I was like, that seems fitting. It seems like a perfect area because it seems. I feel like a beaver in West London just fits. Like they probably speak human language and shit like that.
Yes.
They just look like it. Like you've got some fucking aristocrat walking down the street like, Marjorie, I do believe that I'll have a little bit of a spot of cream in my tea with my crumpets today. And like, oh, blimey, what is that creature I see there? And then, boom, fucking beaver with a monocle. I do say, I'm a beaver, sir. You do know me. You shot 4 of my cousins from horseback with 17 dogs helping you find them. Quite a soft move, I do believe, and I shall meet you in the courtyard for a gentleman's duel over it. You bring a gun, I will slap the fuck out of you with my tail. Thank you. I shall retire now.
Speaking of London, apparently they're getting a divorce.
Which one? Oh,
Meghan Markle.
yeah, because she wants to live.
But
Although, did you see that a while ago? It was probably like last year that like supposed robot Meghan Markle and that she's already dead. There was, I don't know if it was a doctor, but there was a video from like a press conference or something like that where Meghan Markle just didn't talk. She just smiled the whole time. And there's definitely a couple times where it kind of looked like her eyes went different directions.
But the divorce, she wants $85 million
I think that's fair.
and wants to keep her title. See, that's my problem. You're divorcing the man.
But you still want to be a princess? I mean, she's just following in the steps of Diana, as we talked about in the last episode.
But here's the thing.
We like Diana.
Yeah,
She was white. I'm just kidding.
You racist bastard. God, Jesus, you Asian people are so racist.
That makes me wonder. You think they talk like hella racist shit about her behind her back? Like
oh,
the royal
absolutely.
Family? They're like, oh, the Duchess of Malt Liquor has left early. Of course she has. She never comes to the family get-togethers.
No, she is a bit of a bitch.
Where's the butler? Clarence, fry the royal goose this year. We have company coming from the other side of the family, you see.
That is so fucking wrong. But she
but the crazy thing is, like, I bet you, like,
Oh, I
maybe not that
guarantee it.
exactly, but some shit relevant or related to that dumb shit was probably said behind the scenes. Especially considering that what would be her uncle by marriage. That motherfucker ain't got no room to talk. He looks like he got it looks like some. Here's what it looks like. It looks like they took his mouth, filled it with Play-Doh, and then fucking threw chiclets at it, and then let a fucking donkey kick him in there. He looks like he wakes up in the morning. They're like, "What would you like for breakfast?" He was like, "With chips." Fuck off. Have you seen that dude? He looks like Montgomery Burns in real life.
I think the royal family has a few more bigger problems than being racist, actually. Let's be honest.
They have so many problems that nobody even pays attention to it.
I mean,
The queen was just walking around saying the N-word left and right, and they're just like, but madam,
But in her
the
defense,
state of parliament.
she was singing NWA.
No, in her defense, she was around when slaves were still legal.
Yes. She
That
was
reptilian bitch.
What is it? Prince Philip? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's the one that looks like Montgomery Burns.
Spent a lot of time on Epstein Island. Yeah. I think they got bigger problems than being racist.
You know who didn't spend a lot of time on Epstein Island? Meghan Markle.
We don't know this. She might have been on them plane logs.
At that age, she probably wouldn't have been visiting.
Once again, we've still had no arrest in that. Obviously, they traffic kids to nobody.
Yeah, it was just vacation. Forced vacation.
Nobody's been arrested for that other than the people who supposedly trafficked the kids to people.
So stupid.
So nobody's been arrested. We don't even give a fuck about that. We just got the trafficker.
It's just like people in their shitty ways are just ruining everything. Like I can never listen to R. Kelly the same again.
Or Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
Hot and
You gotta
fresh out the
separate.
kitchen. Where's the preteens I'm pissing?
You got to separate the artist from the personal.
No, I agree. I say all the time. Like, people are like, I'll be listening to, like, Michael Jackson, and people are like, you think Michael Jackson did it? I'll be like, oh, Michael Jackson did it, but you know who didn't fuck little kids? The song Beat It. Beat It!
I can separate. I can appreciate art even if the artist is a douchebag.
Like the writings of, what was it? Hunter, whatever the fuck.
Hearst Hemsley?
Was that his name? No,
No, that was Triple H.
What was his name? Hunter S. Thompson.
Yes.
What a wild man that was. Holy shit. Have you ever seen that interview where they went to interview at his house in like Montana or wherever? He had like a bunch of land. And he would just talk about like his daily routine. It was like wake up, do cocaine, drink like 4 pots of coffee, eat like a couple eggs, do more cocaine, like get into a fucking like cross field shootout with his neighbor over like fucking nothing, go do more cocaine and drink more coffee, write some shit for a while. I was like, Jesus Christ. This guy's like Doc Holliday, but in the fucking 70s.
Sounds like a life, baby.
Jesus.
Sounds like a life.
Anything.
But I can separate Michael. I don't even like Michael Jackson that much. Beat It.
Thriller.
After the Thriller album.
If you really sit and think about it, there's more Michael Jackson songs that are fire than people think about. All they think about is Beat It and Thriller and Billie Jean. PYT. PYT, pretty young thing.
Not bad.
What is it? Man in the Mirror.
I was not a big Man in the Mirror fan.
The one he made, the Free Willy song. I forget the name of the song. Yeah, he made a song for Free Willy because the music video was in the beginning of the cassette tape for the first Free Willy.
Huh.
Because I remember that's where I started getting suspicious of Michael Jackson because I'm like 5, 6 years old. And I'm like, why does my butthole get tighter when I see this man on this cassette tape? That's weird. Fast forward. Has anything else happened?
I don't know. Oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't even care.
Michael Jackson did it. So did R. Kelly. So did OJ. Has nothing to do with race. I'm just saying. R. Kelly literally had a fucking harem of like 14-year-olds. Fuck off. We talked about the Beavers. Is there been any other crazy news things that have happened?
Other than the guy killing
my God.
30 people the other night?
Yeah, fuck off. Go fuck yourself. I'm glad you're dead. I hope it hurt. The Is there a Speaker of the House yet?
I think so. Yeah.
Thank God.
I think so.
It was getting awkward. All I saw was like da-da-da. What's his name? The guy that kept running. I can't remember his name, but he was like loses the vote for the 4th time. I'm like, just quit. Holy shit. Like, you've got to be like the annoying kid in the corner in high school. But at that point, he's just like, there's no way. I hope there wasn't cameras in there because there's no way that it was professional on a political level after like the second failure of his vote. Because you got to think that they were like, it's whatever number exactly it is. It's like 89 to 64. No. Fuck.
I don't think you can use the word professional in Washington, D.C.
He's just walking around. He's like, hey, if you switch it to yes, I'm not going to incriminate anybody or anything, but you say yes, there might be a small package with...
You're not talking about your pettis.
With an armoire that might also contain 6 kilos of cocaine and 4 young Filipino boys. Take it or leave. I just leave that there. If you take it, you take it. You take it. If you want, you give it back. Like Ron Burgundy.
I don't know.
That had to be the most awkward fucking Senate or House or whatever the fucking technical term is ever.
I could care less about politics.
There had to be somebody in the back that, like, the 4th time, they're like, the vote is no. Somebody in the back, like some fucking representative from Alaska had to be back there smoking a cigar like, ha! And for the 4th time, it's no. Fucking nerd!
Yeah,
Can we go to Chick-fil-A now? Fuck this shit.
I could care less. If the United States government imploded tomorrow, would it really make that big of a fucking difference?
Oh, yeah, I forgot I was thawing out that fucking ground turkey. I'm glad I looked over and saw that.
Yeah. Well,
that would have been stanky.
We got an hour and 26 minutes or so.
How the fuck did we pull that off?
Now, we do have topics that we will be doing here in the future.
I actually have one that was almost complete that I found in my notes. But it would have been like, for us to do the catch up and like the bullshitting that we needed to do, it would have been like fucking 4 hours.
We are going to try to make this a Saturday thing. That way we come weekly Saturday.
See, I think Saturday is very feasible. I just think the timing might change.
Yeah, we can't narrow down the time. It could be early, it could be late.
It's whenever the fuck we want, all right? It's our world. You're just living it.
If I need to go get drunk, it'll be early. Or
we get drunk while we do it.
Or it might be better. I'll go get drunk, come back, we'll do it late.
Do another one of those like 4.5 hour streams.
All shit-faced. Sitting there slobbering. And
God, what did we do? Didn't we kill like a case of beer and like a bottle of liquor that night or some shit?
That was how we didn't get to say something offensive that night.
Oh, we probably did.
I have no idea. Well, luckily nobody watches this, so.
That wasn't the little sperm aid, was it?
That might have been.
Or was that raccoons and hand grenades?
That might have been the raccoons and hand grenade butt plugs, yeah. Speaking of butt plugs, no, never mind.
You got a news story about butt plugs?
No. I just don't get it, though. I'm not big into butt plug.
Especially considering there's women out there that, and probably men that like do like daily wearing.
Fuck
they just pop that motherfucker up there. They're like, off to Walmart we go. You know who didn't do that, I bet? Meghan Markle.
No, she just had a vibrator in her underwear, and probably everybody has a keychain to it and set it off.
I just keep thinking about all this like behind the scenes racism that probably went on with the royal family. They're like, okay, dinner and dessert are completed and we've had tea. Now let us retire into the study. Bring the princes and the dukes their pipes. I will have more tea and Meghan will have a black and mild. And somebody's just like, he's just over there like, mother, what the fuck? I thought we talked about this. We all know you're racist. You don't have to rub it in our face. I like her. Be nice to her.
Well, in her defense.
She just turns around. She's like, son, it's tough love. I love her. High five, my G.
It's like, what was that? The Clippers owner.
Oh, Sterling?
Yeah, Sterling, where he didn't want her to take. Wasn't she mixed? Or was she white? Or she was Italian.
I don't
remember.
Or she was Italian.
I don't know. She seemed a little darker complected, if I remember. Maybe
Italians are the mixed people of the whites.
But he said He just didn't want her to take pictures with him. Didn't give a fuck if she fucked him. I mean, and Bill Burr had a great part. You are aware this man was 80 years old.
Yeah.
This is pretty much how. That's all he said. It could have been much fucking worse what he could have said. Because he was around for the heyday of the KKK.
I don't know. It just makes it funnier thinking about it being the Queen of England. Because it's like she's just riding around London and they get to wherever, I don't know, where like the lesser affluent part of London would be what it's called. They all have 7. Stoke-on-Trent. That's where Eddie Hall's from. They have 9 fucking names for every town. And she's just like, look at all the lovely architecture. I remember when they built that hole. It was 1904, and I was 67. And then like they get into like the fucking like whatever the English version of Section 8 housing is, and it's gross. Like what the fuck? Like this old bag. I mean, you know, all due respect to the dead, fuck you. But like she's just rolling around, just just her crotch smells like somebody like loaded a bag of fucking like jumbo shrimp that you left out in the sun overnight with like fucking apple cider vinegar and started beating it up against the wall. Her fucking skin's falling off her face and they're duct taping it in place, and she's passing judgment on people because of the color of their skin.
Yeah, well, you know, here's the thing.
She's like, welcome to the family, darling. Now you can wear the original bling bling.
In today's world, somebody that is in their 90s, I would fully expect them to be a racist.
Yeah, I could see
In
where you're
their
coming
90s.
from. Especially because, like, I've had this conversation, and, like, some people don't like it, but, like, there's a difference. Not that it makes it any better, but, like, there's a certain level of what is racism that some people don't know is racism. Like, the people that grew up with that don't even know it is racism. Like, my grandpa up in New York, like, he would say the N-word. He'd be like, oh, like that N-word boy that you guys went to school with. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Grandpa. And he was like, I don't mean anything by it. That's just what you called him back then. And I was like, it's not back then, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got to evolve with the times. You know what happens if you don't evolve? Dinosaur man, you die. Guess who's dead? That motherfucker.
What are you looking at?
You hear that?
Oh. It's a ghost.
It sounds like someone's trying to dig through the wall.
Sweet, we're going to be attacked by a... Oh, no, that's rain. It's raining. I saw puddle. Jesus Christ, you had me all fucking...
God, now my anticipation of something attacking us makes about as much sense as the dead Queen's racism.
All right. Well, we're going to end on...
I should have named this episode The Queen's Racist. I mean, I don't mean to harp on the dead, but she's fucking dead, so what's she going to say about it?
We're going to have King Charles coming after us now.
The only thing terrifying about him, if King Charles comes at me, I'm going to fuck him up, and then next thing you know, I'm going to be like, damn, I shouldn't have bought that can opener because now I got Captain Snaggletooth over here to just bite all of our cans
all
open.
you got to do is grab them fucking ears and knee him. Bring him down.
Literally, it's like...
I bet, what's Camilla? I bet she grabs them fucking ears. I just threw up in my mouth for where I was going on that. All right, we're out of here on that note.
He takes she grabs all the fucking Dumbo ears and takes Montgomery C. Burns down to the what they like to call the the hatch on a fucking commercial tuna fishing boat that doesn't have any electricity or ice in it.
All right. Oh God, I just threw up. Oh, I don't feel good. I think I'm out. Oh God. Oh God. All right.
I wonder if they just like the like is it King? It's King Charles now, right? Since she died, the prince or the queen.
He's a king. He's been coronated.
God, he looks like he looks like he comes finasteride cream.
Nice.
Like he's not even old enough to like have the like loads. It's like, oh God, could you imagine? Oh God, could you imagine him having sex?
Okay, we're done now.
The audio. I just want the audio. It'd be hilarious. It'd sound like, you remember, you have kids. You remember the wild thornberries? Little redheaded girl with pigtails that could talk to animals.
I don't remember much about it.
Fucking Alan, or was it Alan Curry? Was that his name?
Alan Thicke?
No,
Alan.
Curry.
The guy from
It and shit like that.
Yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show and Clue. Yeah. Curry,
He voiced the dad. He's like, Eliza. That's exactly what I feel like that guy sounds like. Oh, madam, your vagina's exquisite, I tell you. Oh, this is better than having a bit of spotted dick for dinner. Actual dish in England, in case you were wondering.
Yes.
I've brought you some spotted dick, but it's in my pants, not on the silver shit that we serve everything on, because we're the royal family. He's like the white British Bill Cosby. He's whatever the fucking English equivalent of a Jello pudding pop would be. A custard pudding stick, or a wheat cake.
I have no idea.
Or a Hassenpfeffer, even though that's German. Speaking of racism, don't get me started on the Germans. They made a very good life choice by making their national religion basically atheist and agnostic at this point. Somebody was talking to me about that. They're like, I wonder how that happens. Like, coming from like an Anglo-Saxon country in Europe where it all started, like, how do you become where most of your religious representation is agnostic and atheist? I'm like, are you really questioning this? Given the history of the country of Germany, you're wondering why they've kind of separated themselves from religion? You don't think it's very smart for them to be like, nine. We're not touching that. If the bald guy over there with the motorcycle wants to hate everybody, that's fine. I can't hate anybody. I believe in nothing. Well, look what you did to the Jews. What's a Jew? What's God? I don't know. I'm just a baby. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just a little baby German boy waiting for his sausage. What's a religion?
I don't blame him. Hey, you got to be a little gun shy after.
Right. They're like, how do you feel? Lars, how do you feel about the Palestine-Israeli war? People fight over religions? That's crazy. I can't believe that.
All right, you sorry sons of bitches. We're out of here. We will see you next Saturday. Like I said, check out if you want, check out the two we have in the bank. If you're watching on YouTube, you've already seen them. That's okay. They will be on your favorite podcast app come Monday.
Download and share this new episode that we might have to change the title to Current Events, Sports, and Racism.
Maybe. We'll see. All right.
Not care. Racism on our behalf. That's the important part.
Well,
mostly on the
you
dead
did get
queens.
a little racist. I'm just going to go there.
I was speaking for the dead queen.
Okay.
Because I stand by. I put money on the fact that there was so many just off-color jokes, pun intended, made by that family when he started dating Meghan Markle.
Oh, I guarantee fucking it.
Even though Meghan Markle seems like a pretty decent human being.
I wouldn't go that far.
Compared to them.
Birds of a feather flock together.
The new king looks like one of those gray nurse sharks with the crazy teeth.
We'll get into this next week.
The fucking queen looked like a jar of cotton balls.
Well, fuck, she was 1,000 years old. Of course she did. Jesus Christ.
That's all I don't understand. Graham Hancock's English. I don't understand why he's taking all this shit from the archaeological societies. Why didn't he just go to the queen and be like, Madam, you were around. Please tell them what happened with the Sphinx.
And did Jesus have a beard?
And was he white? No.
What are you saying? Jesus wasn't white? You saying a Middle Eastern man wasn't white?
I know, it's crazy, right?
Really?
It's so crazy. You know what I bet you that Middle Eastern man wouldn't have done? Gotten into a fight with Israel.
Probably not. All right, we're out of here, guys. Do take care. We'll see you next Saturday.
Well, maybe we'll have a subject next time.
Oh, we will have a subject.
We have to have a subject. If we don't have a subject, we're just going to keep going down these morally questionable side routes.
Our subject will be the haunting of the Queen's vagina.
We don't have enough time.
All right. Take care, guys. See ya. Peace out. Fuck off.
Good to see you again after a trimester.
I got to piss, so I'm out.
I need to smoke cigarette.
All right. Take care. We'll see you guys.